All right, so the Buffalo Bills beat the Atlanta Falcons 29-15. And I'm just going to say this right here, guys. Um, Happy about the win, not happy about this performance. Josh Allen, I'm just going to call a spade, guys. I give Josh Allen where credit is his credit. I give Brian Daboll their credit, right? When Brian Daboll calls a good game, we always give him credit. When Josh Allen has a good game, I always give him credit. Hell, even when he had sometimes some bad games, some bad performances, right? I always try to give Josh Allen a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. Not today. Josh Allen played like trash. He had a really good first quarter. He had at least 2 or 3 drops in the first quarter. Again, it's cold as all hell. It's probably wet. But the second, third quarter was just a fucking mess by Josh Allen. It was a mess. I know again, there were a couple of passes that were tipped, but a lot of the decisions that Josh Allen made in the second and third quarter were not there. Brian Daboll did not put Josh Allen in the best in the best situations when they were throwing the football. So this is why I think it's 50-50 there. I'm not going to completely put it all on Josh Allen. But that crossbody throw, I will put that shit entirely on Josh Allen. You got to throw the football away. And Josh Allen's going to say the same shit. He's going to get asked. I can't make these mistakes. I can't do it. Yet the next week he continues to try to make those throws. Josh Allen I'm really starting to believe that he's starting to become like Brett Favre. I'm really starting to believe it, man. Because almost every single week he attempts these throws and he gambles. It's like it's a huge gamble. Some days it's on. Some days he throws passes that I don't know how in the hell are not intercepted, but they somehow get caught. Josh Allen's arm strength, I guess you can say, is the reason why it's not picked. And then there are some reasons where you're like, oh, well, that's the reason why Josh Allen can't make those throws. Just when you have a little bit of hope that Josh Allen can make these sort of plays, all of a sudden it just reminds you that, oh no, you can't make these throws. You cannot make these throws in the National Football League on a consistent basis, right? Very few quarterbacks can do that. Hell, even Patrick Mahomes, he's not even really doing this many passes at the time because guess what? Defenses are starting to be there at the right positions at the right time. That crossbody throw at the back of the end zone, we should just threw the ball away, change the momentum of the game. Because instead of the score being 17-5, all of a sudden it gave Atlanta hope, it gave them momentum, and it set up Kyle Pitts on a 61-yard catch against Dane Jackson. I just don't understand, man. I just don't understand. But then after that, oh boy, again, you can make an argument that the last couple interceptions were not really Josh Allen's fault or entirely his fault. You can definitely sit up here and say, well, Brian Daboll did not make the right play calls, which I definitely think he just didn't make the right play calls. A couple of those passes were tipped. But then again, and this is where the Josh Allen fault comes into mind, he threw the ball. So at some point, Josh Allen, he's got to deserve a little bit of blame for that, right? I can't completely write him off of those interceptions. We had 3 consecutive drives with turnovers. Whether if it was Josh Allen's fault 100% of the time or not, it was 12 points off the board that were scored off of turnovers. We can't do this, man. We can't continue to do this. We can't continue to give these teams hope. Can't do it. I will give Brian Daboll some credit here. We actually decided to run the ball in the second half with our running backs. Singletary had an amazing game. I think that this was Singletary's first 100-yard game. I think going all the way back to 2019. Singletary finally was let loose. Finally had over 20. Finally had a second game where he had over 20 carries, but 100 yards, average close to around 5 yards per carry. Zach Moss got a little bit going too. But this should have been the formula for day one, establishing the ground game. You're going against one of the worst rushing defenses, if not the worst rushing defense in the National Football League. And what do you have Daboll do? Daboll's trying to put the game in Josh Allen's hands. Again, you don't have to win every game because you don't have to put the game on Josh Allen every single time. At some point, you have to rely on other people besides Josh Allen to win you a fucking game. It can't just be Josh Allen the offense by putting the game on his hands and then try to rely on the defense to always come clutch whenever the offense can't get shit done. Sometimes you can put it on the running game. Sometimes you can put it on Singletary and Mount and Moss to win you a football game. Sometimes you need to trust the offensive line to you got to trust the offensive line to do their job when it comes to running the football. You don't have to put it all on you don't have to put it all on Josh Allen. And that is what is going to fuck up the Buffalo Bills in the playoffs, because Daboll is going to try to put the game too much on Allen. And Allen has proven that he has that even though he will have some phenomenal football games while Daboll's putting the game on Allen, while everything's on his shoulders, he has proven that sometimes he just can't handle the pressure. He has proven that. He's not being consistent. He'll have one game where he'll throw for 400 yards and a rush for, 60, 70 yards. And then the next game, he'll throw for 120 yards, 3 interceptions, and he throws less than 60%. He'll complete less than 60% of his passes. You don't have to rely on Josh Allen all the time to win you these games. Rely on other players on this team. That's what's going to get us killed in the playoffs. That's what's going to mess us up. That's what's going to stop us from going to a damn Super Bowl. So, not the best play from Josh Allen today. Definitely not the best play calling by Brian Daboll. Again, I give him credit because he made adjustments in the second half. I know some people are going to put some blame on the defense. I'm not going to blame the defense that entirely that much because, again, 3 consecutive turnovers, you're not helping out your defense. But we got the win. I'm happy about the win, but I'm not happy about the performance. We're playing against the Jets team that competed extremely hard against the Buccaneers. Hopefully one of our players don't walk off the field like Antonio Brown. But we got the Jets. If we win that game, we got the division. But the good thing is at least we got the playoffs. So whether if we win against the Jets or not, at least we got a playoff spot. But I'm going to be it for this. I'm going to be done with this thing for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, make sure to like button, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.